So, that is what you think?
Yes. For us to continue to live together would be an obscene joke. Let's end it while we still have some decency left.
Is that the best you can do for being decent, to talk like that?
What? You'd like to cover it up with pretty words? We've had enough of that.
It's not my fault you've got weak nerves. Why don't you try to behave like a gentleman, instead of an immature brat?
A gentleman would have strangled you years ago. It takes a crazy man with a notion of generosity to be the fool I've been.
I know you blame me.
I'm past blaming anyone, even myself. But, this has got to stop. It feels like we are cutting each other to shreds with our words.
So you want me to go?
You go, or I go, it really makes no difference to me. Only we've got to separate once and for all.
Is there no way? You really think there's no possibility to work this out?
We found a way twice before, and look where that's got us. There are limits to my capacity for self-delusion. This is the end.
Yes, but...
But what?
But it seems such a pity.
Pity? The pity is that we should stand here and argue about our hatred. That's all that's left between us.
I won't argue. If you think we should part, we shall this very night. But I don't want us to part this way. I know I've hurt you. I want to be forgiven before I go.
Can't we finish this without another sentimental lie? I'm in no mood to act out a pretty scene with you.
That was unjust. You know I didn't mean it that way. I want to make you understand, so you won't hate me.
More explanations? I thought we'd both tired of them.
Please. This is the last time we shall ever hurt each other. Won't you please listen to me? I beg you.
Fine. Go on, but get yourself up off the damn floor.
I know you hate me. You have every right to. And not just because I was unfaithful, but because I was cruel too, but I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know I was hurting you.
Oh please. We've been over this 1,000 times before.
I know. And you said that excuse might work once, but not for the second and third time it happened. I didn't even try to defend my actions with those other men after the first. I couldn't say anything. The truth would have been too crazy. There was no use to tell you before, but now, I want you to know the real reason for what I did.
Oh, a new reason?
Something I've never told you. Yes, I was cruel to you, and it was deliberate. I wanted to hurt you. And do you know why? I wanted to shatter your smug serenity. You were too strong, too self-confident. It seemed as though nothing could hurt you.
Self-confident, eh? That was so long ago I've forgotten how I was. But you certainly succeeded in shattering me.
You're still like that, and I still hate you for it. I wish I could make you suffer now, but I've lost the power to do that.
Aren't you content with what you've done? It seems to me that I've suffered enough lately to satisfy even your cruel ambitions.
No. No, or you wouldn't be talking like that. Making your smart-ass statements. Sure, I've hurt you a little, but you'll quickly recover. It's like you're not human. Don't you remember that we were once happy? Aren't you a little sorry it's over? But you can't be sorry.
Well, that's an interesting statement.
Oh, can't I make you understand? Do you remember when we fell in love?
I suppose something of that sort must have happened to us.
No, it happened to me. It didn't happen to you. It was I who fell headlong into love. I didn't want to, but I couldn't control myself. I had to give myself to you, even though I knew you hardly cared. I had to, for my heart was in your hands, to do with as you liked. You could have thrown my heart in the dust for all you cared.
This is all very romantic, but tell me, did I throw it in the dust?
No, because it pleased you not to. But don't you see what it is to feel that another person has total control over you? No, you've never felt that way. I was in love with you, and you were free because your heart was your own. Nobody could hurt you.
But I think your actions proved I could be hurt.
Yes, and I couldn't believe it. Hadn't you said 1,000 times that you wouldn't be jealous if I were to love another? You put that idea into my head. It seemed to be part of your superhumanness.
I did talk with bravado. But I was no Superman, just a damn fool.
And after the first time, when I saw it hurt you, that you might be human after all, I stopped. You know I stopped.
Yeah, that time.
But don't you see? I stopped because I thought you were suffering like myself. It tore me to pieces to break up with him, but I suffered rather than let you suffer. But then you seemed to recover in a day, while I was in agony over my lost lover for months. I again felt you were inhuman. And I hated you.
Am I that good of an actor?
And when the next time came, I wanted to see if your godlike serenity was real. I wanted to see you suffer.
And your third lover, what about that time?
Oh, I can't talk about him yet. It's too near. Wait, please. If you were human, you'd know how painful it is to talk about one's last love. I can talk about the others, but this one still hurts.
Oh, I see. Then should we meet next year, you'll be able to talk all about him, what with a few newer ones under your belt.
There will be no more joy or love for me. Do you think I've come through this unhurt? All I have left is regret for the happiness that you and I have spoiled between us. Oh, why did you ever make me think we were more than human? That we could do as we pleased. We're not gods, merely weak humans. We might have saved our happiness, had we only realized that sooner.
We reckon with facts. And the fact is, people do have love affairs within marriages. After all, I was not faithful to you.
I know, but you had the decency to lie about it. I might never have found out if you hadn't told me. You knew better than to shake my belief in our love, but I believed your bravado about not being jealous and flaunted my lovers before you. I never realized.
Be careful. You're contradicting yourself.
I know, and I don't care. I don't know what the truth is. I only know that I'm filled with remorse for what has happened. Why did it happen? Why did we let it happen? Damn it, why didn't you stop me? I want it back.
What do you mean?
Our old happiness. Don't you remember how beautiful everything was? Give it back to me.
Do you mean that?
I know we can be happy again. It was all ours, and we can have it once more. Just as it was.
Let me think.
Oh, you're thinking. Think about how cruel I've been to you. Think about my lovers and what a whore I am. Don't bother to think about my tormented attempts at happiness. Think hard, and save yourself from any more discomfort. But no, you're in no danger of that.
What do you mean?
You haven't believed what I've been saying all this while, have you?
Somewhat.
Then don't. I've been lying.
Again?
Yes, again.
I suspected it.
Well, aren't you wise?
Then, you don't love me?
Why should I? Do you want me to?
I make no demands on you.
You can get along without me?
Sure, why not?
Good. Then I'll tell you the truth.
That would be a refreshing change of pace.
You bastard. I was afraid you did want me. And I was sorry for you. I thought if you did, I would try to make things work.
Oh, so that was it?
Yes, that was it.
You needn't say more. Are you going, or shall I?
I'm going. But before I do, let me tell you about that last lover I had. One last cruelty to you. Shall I tell you?
Do what you want.
With that last lover, I learned what it is to love, and I knew I never loved you. I wanted to hurt you to keep you from ever forgiving me.
Are you going?
Did you notice the date on the calendar? Do you remember how we used to celebrate this day? This was the day we first kissed.